What's up, guys? I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to use Procreate, so let's get right to it. So load up Procreate, click the top right and the little plus, and then click paper. This paper size is perfect because it's the same size as your stencil paper. Alright, so let's start it off by adding a picture. So you go to the top left, click the little wrench and click add, and then insert photo. Then from right here you can add whatever photo you're going to work on or whatever design. I'm going to click over here on pinhead. So once it's loaded up, what you can do is you can look at the bottom and click fit to canvas, and it pretty much makes it the size of all that, or your whole paper right there. What you see what I'm doing right here is I am using 2 fingers to go back, and I'm using 3 fingers to go forward a step. This pretty much helps out a lot. Like you mess up on something, you want to go back, 2 fingers. You want to go forward, 3 fingers, you know. Throughout the whole time you'll see me doing a bunch of this stuff. Right here I am adding another picture just so you can see. See, fit to canvas, makes it fit to the canvas or the paper. Again, you can pause the video, go back, and I have the little live action on the right here so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna add another picture. I'm gonna fit to canvas, and what we're gonna do is make this a black and white picture. So we can go to the top left, the little magic pencil, and the first option, hue, saturation, and brightness. Right here I'm bringing the saturation down at the bottom, and I am also bringing the brightness up and making it down, whatever your liking is, but make sure saturation is always to the left. You can also go to the magic pencil and then click the curves, and you can start playing with it, and you can make tones different, like the blacks, make them darker, keep the mediums, change them up a little bit. So right there I always make them a little dark and then make the medium tone like a little light, so it gives you that nice little look right there. Alright, right here you're gonna see me playing with going back and forth. So here's the original, here's a newer version with after the curves. The next tool we can use is the little top left corner, the little mouse. Right there gives you uniform, distort, wrap, and reform. We're gonna click on wrap, and you can see what this does. You know, it's like liquid or whatever, so you see that right there. Move it around. It always depends what picture you're doing, you know. There's distort. Just get the corner. You know, you can give a little effect closer, farther, sides. And then uniform, it's just the whole thing. Any one you click, it's just the same. And then freeform, it just moves. You can see right there, just the width and the length. It changes it. All right, so right here I'm gonna mess with the layers a little bit, just add an extra one for another photo. Technically you don't have to do that. I just have a habit of adding an extra layer, but once you add a photo, it adds another layer for you with the photo. It keeps it separate from everything. All right, once we add this rose, we can play around with it. So just click the top left with the little S, and freehand, what this does is as you can see right there, just grab whatever you want, just free form or free-handed. Make sure that color fill, if it's on, it's gonna make everything black around it. So you can see right there, it makes everything black. By resetting it, just click the S, right? Just click it on and off. Make sure that the color fill is off too, by the way. Rectangle, same thing. The ellipses is pretty much like a circular. The one that I use a lot is automatic and freehand pretty much. But like that, tap and hold and then just move it to the right, and you'll be able to adjust, and then everything around the rose will get clipped on. Sometimes it goes a little bit, so you have to play around with it a little bit. Remember, just tap and don't let it go, and then just move it to the right and to the left, just so whatever is right. So from right there, if we click Here, we'll take it off right here. Right, so that's your rose. Another version is if you're in the same spot and you click the invert, it makes the rose inside and you can move that around. But for this picture, we don't want to do that. So go back to the position. There you go. Take it out. And you can move it wherever you want. Sometimes when you do the automatic one, it leaves like little chunks, like it takes away from the picture or little extra stuff that you can see right there. It's just like bitten off. But there's another way. So just go to your photos, load up the same picture. I like to keep everything a little organized, so I have little albums, these skull, roses, lions, but just go to your photo and with the finger just tap and hold the main object you want. Lift it, and then with the other finger, load up Procreate and just drag it into Procreate, like dropping a file. You can reverse and just check it out. But as you can see right here, it's gonna be pretty smooth. See? Alright, so right here we are going to change the picture and make it black and white. Go to the little magic button again and just change the saturation. We're gonna get rid of this other one because this one's cleaner. And yeah, so just move it around, just play with it a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna duplicate it. Just go to the layer wherever the flower is and just slide it a little to the left, and then it'll show duplicate options. So you can move it right there. You can move it around using the mouse. Like I said, it has different options and stuff. So right here, we're gonna get another picture of the cowboy. Just tap and hold like that. Drag it into Procreate. So sometimes it doesn't bring the whole picture like that. So what I like to do is add another layer, and I usually use soft what is it, blend from the airbrushes, and just tap and hold, and you can match the color. You can change the size and just fill it in like that. But this helps out a lot sometimes. I mean, it doesn't take the whole image. So we're gonna get rid of some of this background stuff. You can just click on the little squares with the check marks, and then it gets rid of them. You can combine stuff. With 2 fingers, you can combine all of these just like that. Just smush them together. Again, 2 fingers to go back. Tapping and holding a layer like that, you can move it all around, so wherever you want. You can put it behind the image. Just remember, the top layer is the one that goes on front. Once you got everything where you want, the way I combine pictures is, alright, so I'm gonna go to this top flower. I'm gonna see which one it is. So just bring the opacity down after you click the little N, and just put it wherever you want. The opacity's down, and then you can click on your erase and either use whatever brush you want to get rid of all this stuff, but just start taking it out little by little, just like that. Just doing some quick stuff right here, just getting rid of little stuff, little details. And then you can go back to the flower and then bring the opacity up, and see it looks
it's behind the hand a little bit. I'm actually gonna do it again, and then I'm gonna bring it more behind his hand, just so it looks like, you know, something at least. See how I have a big chunk right there? Remember, anything that goes outside the box will delete, so try to be careful on that too. So we're just gonna chip away, just like that. Keep taking out more. Then we bring the opacity back up. Remember the N, just like that. It looks like it's behind it. So we're gonna edit him, hue and saturation. I messed up right there. Hue and saturation, bring the saturation down. Then edit the curves. Just make it dark. And then with the medium, just bring all the mediums up. All the highlights should still stay there. So right here, we can actually outline and stuff. We can make a stencil with this just by outlining, making another layer. And then I go to inking, and then I click on technical pen. So you can always change the color with the little color palette. Just choose whatever color you like. I like going with purple, just like a stencil. You can adjust it on the left over here. See, size 7%, that's normal, like a 7 round liner. If you scroll it a little towards the middle while you're changing the size, you can see you can barely go up a percentage. But make sure you have another layer and just start outlining whatever you want. Start making your stencil. There's another way of making stencils, and I'll show that in another video. Then from right here, you can check out the stencil. Just get rid of everything, and you got it going just like that. Everything will stay in the spot, so you can have a bunch of stencils instead of just using like a pen and pencil. So yeah, here's another cool little thing you can do is you can go to the little wrench and then video, and you can have a little time-lapse video, and you can see all the stuff you've done and see your progress and stuff. You know, you can just go back, tap and hold. You can always make little group sections by tapping and holding and putting it on top of another layer, and it'll make a little group section. So sometimes I can't even get it. Sometimes it's all over the place, but you see that right there. So made that little group, and you can take it off. You can also adjust like the with the little mouse how everything looks, like how it's warped and stuff. But yeah, that's how you group things together. So we're gonna add another photo right here, just so the Western look. So tap and hold, go to Procreate, drop it in there. Sometimes I forgot to mention it doesn't load. See, I have a habit of adding an extra layer. I don't know why I do that, but just tap and hold. Yeah, this thing was tweaking on me. Tap and hold and drop it on there like that. So see, we have him right here. We'll just turn him around. We'll adjust it to our liking. Change the saturation. Put them right there like that. And the way I like doing things sometimes, so I want to combine that picture, just go to your layers, and I'm gonna click here on the cowboy, the original one, and we're gonna grab our eraser, and we can bring the opacity down so it doesn't delete everything. I'm gonna click the soft brush, size, opacity, see, like that, and then we can start deleting some stuff so it gives that little nice effect. So there's one way you can combine pictures together to your liking or whatever. And one last thing before we go, you can always change your background. Just go to the layers, go all the way at the bottom, and just click on it, and you'll be able to adjust it to however you want, just to whatever liking you got. Alright guys, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.